This is Michelle Schoenecker, Director of the Center for Professional Development and Collaboration, CPDC, at Century College in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Jamie and I would like to welcome you to Course Design Basics for Student Learning and Engagement. As the Director of the CPDC, I am tasked with leading the CPDC team in developing professional development opportunities for all employees. Our team includes 3 instructional designers, including Jamie, who will be presenting with me today, our CPDC Administrative Assistant and Events Coordinator, staff and faculty mentors, our D2L Campus Trainer, who is also a faculty mentor, and data coaches who assist employees in understanding data-informed improvement processes in alignment with our Century College strategic goals. We are excited to present our take on course design basics for student learning and engagement at D2L Fusion and hope you enjoy our presentation. Course Design Basics for Student Learning and Engagement has been created to provide an understanding of course design aligned with student learning outcomes, educational learning theories, and research-based best practices for all course modalities. In this session, Jamie and I will identify key components to create an engaging course in alignment with course learning outcomes. In addition to the basics of course design utilizing D2L tools, we will discuss applying a scaffolding approach to course design and creating activities, assignments, and assessments integrating inclusive teaching methods.
Welcome. This is Jamie Zukic, Instructional Designer at Century College in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. The following are the learning outcomes we will cover in this presentation. 1. Recognize the importance of overall online course design in correlation with student outcomes and engagement. 2. Discover the basics of backwards design in relation to course learning outcomes and module-level learning objectives. 3. Identify key components and D2L tools to incorporate into a course in alignment with research-based best practices for all modalities, including face-to-face, online, hybrid, and multimodality or HyFlex. 4. Illustrate inclusive teaching methods to bring students' lived experiences into the classroom to heighten student engagement and deter the use of artificial intelligence. 5. Create module-level learning objectives in alignment with course-level objectives, assessments, assignments, and activities in the course learning outcomes. 6. Construct a course map that aligns course learning outcomes and module-level learning objectives to measurable activities, assignments, and assessments. 7. Explore the importance of ease of course navigation and accessibility. 8. Develop action items to incorporate best practices in course design for student learning and engagement. Why is online course design important? From a student's perspective, feedback and alignment with online courses includes: I want to be able to find resources and contact information easily. I would like a full course schedule to understand assignment expectations and when they are due. Feedback is important to me, and I would like to be able to revise and resubmit assignments for a better grade. It is important to me to have clear, step-by-step instructions and a way to have my questions answered in a timely manner. I have visual issues and like when I can listen to a series of short lectures and have access to an ebook. As an educator, you may have heard the same from your students or have experienced frustration in an online course design as a student yourself.
Why is online course design important from an instructional design and equity perspective? Century College has adopted the Quality Matters rubric. Quality Matters is a global organization leading quality assurance in online and innovative digital teaching and learning environments. Since Century College's Quality Matters initiative started in 2019, Faculty have completed 100 Quality Matters self-reviews, and 22 courses have been Quality Matters certified. Data has shown that there has been an average of an 8% increase in student success in our Quality Matters certified courses. Quality Matters and online learning best practices shows that designing an easy-to-navigate course utilizing educational technology tools such as D2L, Perusal, Flip, Padlet, and GoReact, and incorporating students' lived experiences through culturally responsive teaching can heighten engagement in our online courses. We believe it is also important to clearly communicate expectations by creating course schedules, course learning maps, and a D2L gradebook where students can understand what they will learn, when assignments are due, and the grading procedures. Creating consistency by utilizing course templates is also recommended at an institutional level, so students can easily find resources in multiple courses. We promote and recognize regular and substantive interaction, RSI, between instructors and students, which is a core component of distinguishing distance education from correspondence education. Equity by design and accessibility are two of our top priorities to give students a sense of belonging in their courses and a safe place to learn. The CPDC believes in prioritizing accessibility, professional development opportunities with federal law, regulations, and standards, Quality Matters standards, in addition to the W3C Web Accessibility Initiative, which provides strategies, standards, and resources to make the web accessible to people with disabilities.
Step 1 in online course design. The first step in online course design basics is to identify course materials and resources that align with the course level learning outcomes. The course level learning outcomes are usually found in the program or course catalog on your institution's website. This may include publisher integrations, which are activities, assignments, and assessments created by publishers that can be integrated or linked into your D2L course. In most cases, you will be reaching out to your college or university library to gain assistance in finding the right course materials to align with your teaching philosophy and the course learning outcomes.
The second step is to create a course schedule in alignment with the course materials and resources. Creating the course schedule prior to building your course not only assists you in creating a timeline of activities, assignments, and assessments, but also assists you in creating your D2L course modules and your D2L gradebook. The course schedule allows students to view the entirety of the course in one document. This can be a web page, HTML document incorporated in D2L, a Microsoft Word document, or accessible PDF. The course schedule consists of the modules, activities, assignments, assessments, and the dates they are due. Time isn't always on our side when we're assigned new courses to teach with very little time for preparation. So when building the course schedule and gradebook, you may need to think about using placeholders, as I call them, for items that will be assigned and assessed. This would include wording such as Activity 1, Assignment 1, Discussion 1, Quiz 1, Week 1 Video, Article 1 Reading, etc. This will give students a clear view of the requirements of the course while you're still preparing the content of the activities and assessments. Consider the time that students need to perform the tasks that you ask of them when you're building your course schedule. The norm is 2 to 3 hours of homework per week for every 1 credit taken. Please acknowledge that some students may need more time than others. Once you have determined the number of activities, assignments, and assessments, place these in your course schedule thinking about the time a student needs to complete each of them. Using the wording subject to change in the course schedule and syllabus is usually recommended. If you're building a new course, and are unsure of the appropriate timing, you can always remove an assignment, but adding to the workload of the students should really not be considered during the semester. The course schedule example is linked to this PowerPoint presentation for your convenience.
Step 3 in online course design. In Step 3 of Course Design Basics, it is recommended to start building your D2L course by creating the D2L gradebook in alignment with the course schedule. Utilize the placeholders for the graded activities, assignments, and assessments, and create your D2L gradebook using categories such as discussions, assignments, quizzes, labs, and exams. Under each category, use the placeholder names from your course schedule, such as Discussion 1, Assignment 1, Quiz 1, Lab 1, and Final Exam to create your grade items. This gives the students a clear picture of what they will be graded on throughout the semester. When naming graded activities, assignments, and assessments using the discussion, assignment, and quiz tools in D2L, it is important to have consistency and alignment with the D2L gradebook. For instance, when creating a new assignment folder linked to Assignment 1 in the gradebook, you will want to name it Assignment 1. Details and expectations of the assignment can be explained in the instructions area of the assignment and in a linked rubric or document if you prefer. Step 4 in online course design. In Step 4, you will start creating your modules in the D2L content area in alignment with your course schedule. We first create the Start Here module that will hold a welcome video from the instructor, course tour video, course overview and learning outcomes, syllabus, course schedule, the course learning map, instructor contact information, and other just-in-time resources for students, such as technology resources. In this example, the course schedule goes by modules instead of weeks, since it aligned well with this faculty professional development course on Course Design Basics. Module 1, Backwards Design Preparation. Module 2, Learning Outcomes and Objective. Module 3, Module Examples, and Module 4, Accessibility and Quality Matters. If the course schedule utilizes weeks, we would create modules titled Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, and so forth. It is recommended to add the start and end date of each week in the module title if the majority of your students are new to college and/or D2L. An example would be Week 1, August 26th to September 1st.
At this time, you may want to create templates for your assignments, discussions, and quizzes, which aligns with the course schedule and the gradebook, and then add instructions to them in the future. With the course schedule created, you should also have the expected due dates to place in each one. You will use the placeholders once again, such as Assignment 1, Quiz 1, and Discussion 1. Then link each of them to the gradebook item you created earlier. Please note though, when linking discussions, assignments, and quizzes in D2L, you will want to edit or link to existing and then select link to an existing grade item. If this is not selected and your gradebook is already created, you may accidentally create and link to a new grade item, which will create a duplicate in your gradebook. Also think about accessibility when creating the instructions in D2L for activities, assignments, and assessments. Use heading 1 for the title and heading 2 for the overview, instructions, and grading sections. It is also recommended to bullet and number instructions or steps for ease of navigation. An explanation of the grading procedure and/or directions to an attached rubric is recommended in each individual assignment, even though you may have added it to your syllabus or another area of the course. Did you know that you can copy an assignment once you have created it? I used to do this all the time when I get thrown a course on a Friday and have to teach it on a Monday. Click on the down arrow next to the assignment and select Copy Assignment. In the past, I would create an assignment, quiz, and discussion template without the dates, but include all the settings such as timing and attempts in a quiz. I would also include the title, overview, instructions, and grading headings in the templates, and then create copies so I can quickly change the title and dates of the copies using bulk edit wherever available. Once this step is complete, this is a great time to ask your D2L administrator for a development course to copy this course into. You can actually use this then as a template for all your other courses you need to create. Hey everyone, Michelle here. I'm back again, and I just got up from my computer, took a walk, and paused and reflected on the presentation. Now I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. I want you to pause and reflect on the first half of our presentation. After you have completed steps 1 through 5, you are now in the home stretch, and this is where your subject matter expertise kicks in. You may have had limited time to think about each activity, assignment, and assessment, but this is where you shine as an educator. You got this. So take a few minutes to pause and reflect on ideas, questions, expertise, and aha moments. As a past faculty member, I would ask my students to do this in courses of all modalities. And now as an administrator, I ask staff, faculty, and administrators to do this in professional development sessions. Taking time away from our work, even if it's just for a few minutes, can create time to connect with our colleagues and gather our thoughts. This is a great exercise for participant engagement, especially when we're doing online small group discussions. I challenge everyone to place 15 minutes each day on your work calendars for pause and reflect time. When you get back from your time, we have created the Course Design Basics for Student Learning and Engagement Padlet for you to interact with now and after the presentation. Now it's time to pause the video, and Jamie will start off the second half of our presentation when you return.
Step 6 in online course design. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the pause and reflect portion of our presentation. The first step in preparing your course was identifying your course materials which aligned with your course level learning outcomes. After this, you created your course schedule, D2L gradebook, and started building an easy-to-navigate content area in D2L. Once these are identified and created, it is time to start mapping your activities, assignments, and assessments to align with the course level student learning outcomes. As you map these graded items, module level objectives will start to become clear. Course level learning outcomes are usually found in a college's course catalog in each specific course. Depending on your institution, you may not be able to change or alter the official course learning outcomes, which may also be called course objectives. Throughout colleges and universities and Quality Matters resources, you will see that the words competency and outcome are replaced or intertwined with the word objective. In reference to hierarchy, competency and outcome are at the utmost level an overall collection of the objectives or the finish line. In most cases, the word objective will more likely be used at the module level and are more specific and measurable. In the course learning map template, you will be creating your module level learning objectives to align with your course level learning outcomes. An example has been provided to help you see the alignment between the course learning outcomes, module learning objectives, activities, and assessments. Note that some activities are graded activities, such as the discussion. We are including the course learning map template in the PowerPoint presentation for your convenience. It's time to take the leap into building the module level learning objectives now that you have the steps 1 through 5 of online course design complete. Let's go over the basics behind creating module level learning objectives to start building your course map. Module level learning objectives link or align the activities, assignments, and assessments to the course level learning objectives. The module level learning objectives are created by the faculty member or facilitator teaching the course. Depending on the discipline you teach and/or the course materials you use, the module level learning objectives may have already been created for you. Please refer to your department lead and/or the course materials to see if this is the case. When we see the acronym SMART, we think back to our college courses where our teachers had us build SMART goals to create a 5-year plan. We created specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, relevant, and timely or time-bound goals. We use the same concept as we build our module level student learning objectives. Specific. How specific is the objective in alignment with the graded item? Is it more specific than the course level learning outcome? What specifically do you want your students to do? Note, there will be times that an approved course level learning outcome can be used at the module level learning objective. Measurable. In simplicity, are the learning objectives and the graded activities, assignments, and assessments that aligns with them gradable? Can you attach a rubric or points value to it? When creating objectives, you will want to choose measurable action words, which is discussed in the Bloom's taxonomy section of this module. Attainable. Can the students realistically complete the learning objective with the materials and time provided? Once again, consider the homework to credit ratio of 2 to 3 hours of homework per week for each credit taken. Relevant. Is the module level learning objective relevant in alignment with the course level learning objectives and course materials? Are the activities, assignments, and assessments relevant? Timely or time-bound? When would you like the students to accomplish each learning objective? Are due dates set, and is it realistic that the student can accomplish the objective in the set time?
So we gave you a course learning map example so you could truly visualize what it looks like to map your course and create those module level learning objectives. And then we talked about SMART objectives, which leads us to Bloom's taxonomy. Consider the different levels of Bloom's taxonomy and how they align with each module of your course. You will most likely teach basic concepts in the first modules where students are remembering and understanding the materials. In later modules, you may have students apply and analyze the concepts until the end where the evaluating and creating processes come into play. If you have students build on each concept using a scaffolding approach, this would also align well with the Bloom's taxonomy levels. I personally enjoyed using formative assessments and the scaffolding approach in my online courses. Students were given small assignments to complete throughout the semester. I gave them extensive feedback on each one, and then it all built into one large final presentation. For the evaluate level of Bloom's, the students interacted in an online D2L discussion where they critiqued each other on the projects and gave each other advice. They actually truly enjoyed this portion of the course, which sometimes it's hard to get people in an online discussion to truly interact. So there is one important note. We want to use verbs that are measurable. For instance, understand is one of the levels, but it's not a measurable verb. So examples of module level learning objectives, keeping in mind SMART, the Bloom's taxonomy levels, and action verb. Examples are like remember. Recall the 6 categories of the original Bloom's taxonomy in 1956. Understand, explain each main category of Bloom's taxonomy in the original 1956 version and revised 2001 version. Apply, demonstrate the use of the Bloom's taxonomy action verbs when creating SMART goals. Analyze, differentiate between the original Bloom's taxonomy 1956 and the revised version in 2001. Evaluate, critique SMART goals, and provide constructive feedback. So this could be the instructor or this could be a peer review. And then we create the last and the top level. Design a 1-year plan comprised of SMART goals. We have included the Bloom's taxonomy action words list in the PowerPoint presentation notes for your convenience.
Step 7 in online course design. In Step 7, it's time to start uploading and/or creating materials and resources in each module. Don't forget to utilize your existing activities drop-down list in each module. Add each module overview and learning objectives, assignment, discussion, quiz, and other resources such as readings or videos in the module that aligns with the course schedule and course map. This will give the students a clear picture of what is due, when it is due, and what they will learn. They will also be able to view the instructions you have created in the assignments, discussions, and quizzes in the module when you use the existing activities drop-down list. Additionally, you can edit those instructions directly in the module instead of navigating back to each individual discussion, assignment, or quiz.
Now it's time to put all the course design basics concepts to use and finish creating your activities, assignments, and assessments, in addition to adding any additional materials to each module. As you do this, we would like you to consider culturally responsive teaching methods. An example of culturally responsive teaching, which promotes bringing students' lived experiences into the classroom, would be to create an introduction discussion in D2L in the first week of the course. This could be for courses of all modalities. In this discussion, you would ask the students to introduce themselves and to think about how the course subject has aligned with their past or present experiences in their community. This not only promotes student engagement in the first week of the course, but also assists you in getting to know your students and their voice as they complete future assignments. In addition, it is recommended to ask students for the pronunciation of their names in the discussion and share their pronouns if they choose to do so. Give the students clear step-by-step instructions in the discussion and include an example by posting your introduction and how the subject aligns with your lived experiences right in that D2L discussion with your students. This will show your presence in the course right away in the first week and assist you in building those meaningful and productive relationships. There is so much more to share, but I look forward to our discussions in the Padlet, and maybe Jamie and I will see you in person at the D2L Fusion Conference in Toronto. Now I will hand it over to Jamie to conclude our presentation.
Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to navigate back to the Course Design Basics for Student Learning and Engagement Padlet to share your final reflections, ideas, questions, expertise, and aha moments. There's so much more content to explore, and we hope to hear from you in this ongoing open discussion platform.